Well, you guys asked for it, and I'm going to deliver. Short time back, buddy of mine, Dave Hicks of Hicks Mobile Works and Hicks Motorsports, and I went out to another friend's place, Scott's, to look at his 1972 Ford F-250 that's been parked for 16 years. Give it a once over, take a look at it to see if it can be revived. Well, we're going out there today to see if we can actually get that thing turned over, see where it stands, and see if we can get it to start. Let's do it. All right, Dave, we're at it again, huh? We're heading out to Scott's to take a look at his 1972 Ford F-250 that's been parked for the last 16 years. Now, we took a look at this truck before, but it was locked up. It was filthy. I mean, the cab was locked. It was filthy. We didn't bring any tools. We just went to go take a peek. But what's the plan for today?
Today's going to see if we can spin that motor over and maybe fire it up just on some starting fluid, not worry about the actual fuel system. Just make sure the motor's free and just to hear it to make sure that we can move forward without having to yank it out before we do any of the other stuff.
Yeah, that's the plan. We're heading to Scott's right now. All right, Scott, so you've already been to work. You've already gotten the bed cleaned out, the hood lubricated, a battery, and we're getting ready to get to work, right?
See if we can get this puppy fired up.
All right. All right. In goes the battery. You got provisions for 2 batteries, which is pretty cool.
All right, so we're not going to get ahead of ourselves right here. I just got that positive on, but we're going to see if we can get the motor to rotate. Oh, there you go.
Oh, geez, wow. Okay.
Did we even do that last time? I don't think so.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, no rough spots at all.
Nice. She turns. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so. Here we go.
I do have a rip on the seat here now.
I see that.
Wow, dude. Look at the spider webs. Look at this thing. What a time capsule,
Why don't you
man.
jump in there and push your foot on the pedal and see if we got...
Do we have a brake?
Yeah, just go slow.
No.
Okay.
We do not have a brake.
My next thing is taking off the air cleaner.
It doesn't smell bad in there either. I mean, it's not like musty or wet or...
Right.
So,
No water sitting under.
no, it's dry a little bit, but dusty, but that's it. That's all.
Bars open.
Oh, here we go. Working on cars with an ice cold beer.
Thank you, sir.
I think you're thirsty.
Thank you.
I think you're right.
Thank you, Scott.
Welcome. Cheers.
So is any of the linkage move?
Don't know yet. Let me get this out of the way.
She's dusty, but she's complete.
All right. So let's see what we got going on. Okay, that works. Just look at under the cap to see if there's the rotor's there and what the points look like.
Think this is a points motor?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
What year?
72?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.
That even looks all good.
Oh, that looks kind of new, huh?
Yeah.
Condenser's definitely new.
The gap looks good. Yep. Okay. I'm liking all that.
Some fluid, right? Oh, that's probably water from him washing it.
I didn't wash the interior or the under the hood.
I don't know what that fluid is. Oil, maybe? Oh, yeah. All right.
Congealed.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not going to worry about pretty much any fluids except for oil at this point. And I didn't bring oil, though. I don't recall if we even looked at it last time.
Yeah, I don't think we pulled the dipstick.
I think we did, because
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
I
we did?
remember pulling the
Transmission.
yep.
Yeah, I do remember you pulling the dipstick.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, full.
Nice. That looks good. No moisture in there.
Okay, so I am going to touch and complete the battery system. Okay. I'm going to leave
Now
this.
there's no alarm on this stupid thing.
Right.
It's just firing off right now.
I am going to leave that loose in case we got to pop it off real quick. Let's go ahead and just turn the ignition to the on position. Did you turn it on?
Yep.
I heard a click. Turn it back off. All right. Turn it on. All right. Well, that's so far so good. I know there's no fuel right now, but let's see if we can get some crank. And then, do you have an oil pressure gauge?
Yes.
Let's see if we can get a little bit of oil pressure.
Just crank it over.
Just crank it.
Wow.
Cool. It sounds good so far. Anything?
It's not moving yet.
Okay.
Stand right there.
All right. Well, let's just get ballsy and do it.
Do you
Okay.
have an actual gauge? Actual oil gauge?
Get low and high.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it while you're cranking, and as soon as it fires, just look at that gauge and then shut it down. I just want to make sure it's going to move.
Okay.
So give it 2-3 seconds.
2 or 3 seconds while it's running.
Yes. All right.
Yep.
Here we go. Go ahead. All right, stop. I got no. It should have lit up. I'm gonna try it one more time. Hold on. Let me do my thing. All right, go ahead. All right. We have no spark. Go ahead, turn the ignition off. Let's check some stuff now.
That gauge ever move?
I'm a little surprised about that.
Probably no oil in that.
Well, I'm more surprised that didn't fire up.
Oh, God, yeah.
Or,
yeah,
you know,
no
just
spark.
some sort of little burble. All right. So let's make sure. Okay, the ground is there. That's connected. That's connected. One thing I didn't think to bring was a test light. Okay, Scott, I want you to just give me a couple bumps. I just want to see what's going on in here. Make sure this is turning and everything.
See it a couple times.
Yep. One more. One more time. Okay, thank you. Ignition's off, right?
Yes, sir.
How many times have I done that? All right, so also I can do, which one is it? I think it's the bottom one, but. Okay. Okay, that gap looks good. There's no reason why that shouldn't. All right, now, I think I have a spark plug in. hold it, but I want to make sure it's grounded. Okay, go ahead and give me some cranks, please. Go ahead.
Nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh, got the spark. Go ahead and do it again. One spark. Hold on. All right, go ahead. That one spark. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Huh.
It sparked once.
That's weird. All right, what do I think about that? Why one spark and then nothing?
Check the rotor. Did you look in the bottom of the cap?
I did. Everything looked good. We got one spark.
It looked white too.
And a nice bright white.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and turn the ignition to on. I can actually do the cranking out here. Let me know when you're ready. Nothing. Where is it? Okay, why not? So it's either something in here or the coil. Do you know the history of these points? Because they look new. Was it something that you put points in and then it didn't restart and you parked it? Do you recall any of that?
No. When it was parked here, it was running. It was running good.
What if we got a bad coil? Okay, I've got power there. This is the one that goes to the distributor. Ah. I might have just had a bad connection.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, shut it off.
Now we got spark at the points. Yeah, you pull the wire off of the coil, put it back on, and now we got spark at the points.
Well, you saw what I did. I ground it back and forth to
Yep.
try to make contact.
All right.
All right, give me a crank. Okay, shut off.
Off. Woo!
Let me put this back on.
Dust in my beard, that's all right.
Look at that, she fired up.
All right.
I mean, right away, too. That was,
Yeah, instant. Yep.
All right, you ready?
This thing's gonna pull all kinds of crap out of the tank.
tell me what to do.
Here's what you're gonna do. Fire it up. Look at your oil pressure. Look at your oil pressure.
Got oil pressure? Oh, wow. All right. Look at that. 16 years.
That's running it on its own fuel off the carburetor.
Wow, man. 16
16-year-old
years.
fuel.
Well, they didn't have all the garbage they got in it today.
Because I don't think I put
So how
enough
do you think,
of.
how do you think she sounds?
It sounds
Doc?
great. It's got the header leak, obviously. That's what
Yeah.
the little ticking was. But absolutely zero motor noise.
A little bit of smoke out the back, but not what I would have expected.
Probably
16
dirt.
years.
Yeah, it's probably just dirt. Wow, man. Wow, dude.
I'd be happy.
Cheers.
So now you can buy tires and wheels.
I would be interested to see if, oh, you don't have any brakes, just to see if it will go into reverse and drive.
I don't think it's going to roll.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Put your
well,
emergency brake on.
and with it running, you might have a little bit more brake.
yeah, it's straight to the floor.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
And I didn't bring brake fluid or anything. Not that it was that.
Straight to the floor.
Maybe we should peek
Yeah,
inside
your
that
brake's
thing.
on.
Okay, your brakes on.
It doesn't matter. I don't have fluid, and we wouldn't
It's
bleed
not-
the brake anyway. Bleed
Yeah.
the brakes anyways.
Very-
But let's still try it. I think with your e-brake on and the tires being as flat as they are, if you're just quick on putting it into reverse and then back into park, or put in maybe in neutral first and start it, put it in drive and then back into neutral,
Just to see if it.
just to see if it lurches at all. Like I said, it's pretty flat, so it's not like it's just going to roll freely.
You're not gonna back into the gas
Gonna have
main
to
or
be
anything, are
reversed.
you?
Because otherwise I'm going to tear this mirror off.
True.
How did you get in here?
About a 20-point turn.
He did a Austin Powers.
Okay, yeah. Because these mirrors don't fold back. All
This is
right.
1972, baby. They don't fold.
No, I mean the people you hit, they fold.
Oh, yeah, they will.
All right.
You comfortable doing that or no?
Let's close this door. She may not keep running off that fuel. The smoke coming out of the blow by. The
Yeah.
rings aren't seated yet.
Don't give it gas. Just let it idle. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nothing. Okay.
I'm scared that thing would lurch anyways.
Yeah. All right. Well, we answered.
With the gearing on this thing, you know.
Yeah, we've answered the most important question. Does it run? It runs.
So that's a big hurdle. We don't have to worry about pulling the motor out.
That's always good.
Nice, man.
Yeah, brake fluid completely dry, so it's definitely going to need a master and cylinders and all that stuff.
Chris,
Yeah.
come here and look at the odometer.
Oh, geez. All right. What is the odometer? 66,029 miles.
66,000 original.
Confirmed it's never rolled over.
Never rolled over.
Nice.
Wow, man. That's crazy.
66,000 miles on this puppy.
So somebody do the math. How many years?
Well, that ends up being less than my F-350, which is technically 47,000 miles, but it's a 95. So I think this is less miles per year.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. She actually sounded great. Now I noticed there was a little blow by coming out the valve cover, but the rings have got to get heated back up and expand. And
Correct.
So
Yeah.
but it sounds really good.
It's tight.
There's no clickety clack in the
Not even the lifters needing to be pumped up.
no, not at all. Now these Fords, they don't have an adjustment, right?
No,
And-
these are those rails. It's got
Yeah.
the rail.
Yeah. Hey buddy, man, you got to move along, dude. I'm not paying you anything.
I'm cheap, man.
Yeah, well, we know that.
I just want to see.
Wow, man, I'm impressed.
Um,
And it idled.
When you turn the key on, does it show any fuel in the tank at all?
Full tanks, probably.
Not that tank. Let me check the other tank.
Okay.
Nothing registers.
Okay. Okay.
That could be on my side.
Yeah. Don't have full gas tanks of rotten gas.
Go ahead and crank it. Let's see if any fuel pumps out. Okay. Flip it to the other tank. And then let it crank a little bit. Okay. All right, I'm not even getting any pulses.
I wonder if the fuel pump shot.
Yeah, I would bet it is. I bet the diaphragm.
It's mechanical, right?
Yeah.
On this.
Yeah.
When you switch tanks, you get the gas gauge of that tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
I am.
Yeah.
So it's good beer too.
Yeah, thank you. Free beer.
Um,
Best beer. Dude, it runs.
So Tim asked me, so what's Chris's favorite beer? I go, that's easy. I know that. I go cold and free.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily have to be cold either.
I can achieve cold on my own. Just hand it to me. So what's next, Dave?
I say we get it running to the point where then we can check the transmission. Don't even worry about the brakes yet, but we could always jack it up, put it up on jack stands in the back. So I'm thinking fuel pump, carburetor overhaul, fuel in it to see what's coming out of there before we obviously put the new fuel pump and the, how could we do that? I'm not so worried about the fuel pump because it'll have a new fuel filter, which will have an extra filter, but fuel in it.
So get some fuel.
Then we can test the fuel pump,
Right.
but it's probably going to need a fuel pump. And then,
Should we just replace it anyways?
yes, but that's up to you. If you want to just arbitrarily do it, I would like to see what's coming out of the carburetor or out of the tank first,
Okay.
instead of putting the new fuel pump on and then pumping that crap through it. So let's put fuel in it. We'll crank it over to see if we can get the pump working. If the pump is working, then we have it disconnected from the carburetor to see what's coming out. If it looks halfway decent, then we rebuild the carburetor. And then, if we want to do the new fuel pump at that point. And then at that point, we should be able to run it on its own. And then we can put it into gear, see if we got that going on. We can run it, spin it up through the gears, both reverse and forward. And after that, then I would say tires and brakes, and then up and down the driveway a little bit and go from there.
Yeah, before we go.
Now this thing,
Bring over my floor jack.
dude, there's nothing on the ground really.
Bring my floor jack over and I can
Like
pull this thing
the
over.
transmission.
Yeah, well, if you had your
hasn't
floor jack
dumped.
here anyways, that would be great. And then that way we can work with that instead of,
Try to remember to bring that next time.
okay.
Yeah, the
but-
transmission hasn't dumped on the ground.
No, it still had fluid in it from, I remember last time when we were here.
Yeah.
Probably just, things probably just need to get warm for a while.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
You know, and
the
then-
torque converter may have,
Bled back.
bled back. Yeah.
But no, like I said, the main goal for me was to make sure that we didn't come to a stopping point with this, with the motor knocking or seized up or whatever the case may be.
No, sounds healthy.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Should for 66,000.
Right. And it did exactly what I thought it would do. I knew it would fire up. So pleased about that. So I would leave that disconnected.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I had more. I thought I had 80 something.
Yeah, I think you said 75 or something thousand in the last video. So even less. Amazing,
So-
man.
I'll drive this damn thing.
Dude, you got a lot of driving left in this thing.
And then, of course, after we get it fired up with water and all that stuff in it, does the water pump leak? Is there hoses that are bad? Does the alternator charge? Does the power
Oh, I
steering
think
pump work?
That's when we arbitrarily go through replace any rubber.
Well,
all
that's-
the belts and hoses.
Does the AC work? And none of the pulleys, like the power steering or anything, weren't making any noise. You didn't hear the power steering whine, like what
Totally
that sounds like.
Yeah. We could put water in it now and see if anything just leaks out. I'm more worried about the water pump than I am hoses. But yeah, it's very promising. I can smell. There's definitely fuel scent from the tank when it took off that line. So it might have been a good thing that it didn't have any in it.
I may have parked it, with
Pretty
both,
close to
both
empty.
tanks pretty close to empty.
and then the rest would have
whatever was left evaporated.
Correct.
whatever
Yeah.
Did, you know. I don't know how it evaporates in a closed system. But
It does. Yeah, the
This system wasn't closed.
the knob. Yeah.
This has got open evap, which means that it just vents into the atmosphere. It's not like the new cars where it recirculates it all.
well, very cool. So what did you do with this, with points? What was it?
The connection at the coils, I just kind of roughed those up a little bit and made sure they were making good contact.
And boom.
Just did that. Yep, because we had one little spark. It went think once, and then all the other times you were cranking, I had nothing. So I did that, and then I was opening the points manually, and we started having spark there, which means that it was getting the
Getting
power
that
through.
far. Yeah,
Yep.
getting that far.
Yep. I'm pleased.
Me as well.
Your mom even more.
Do you have a jug? We can pour water in it.
I'm over.
Why is it my stuff is such a fucking nightmare to bring back to life, and yet when you work on somebody else's stuff,
When I work on somebody else's stuff, so you're saying that me working on your stuff, it doesn't work out?
no, you've done a great job on my stuff. I'm saying when I work on my
Okay.
stuff.
Well, there's your answer.
Oh, damn it!
Just let it trickle. Don't give me a power wash
Remind
right
me to
here.
edit that out of this video.
Yeah, just a little bit more would be great. All good so far down there?
Nothing. Yeah, I'd say, order a master cylinder. Are these disc brakes in the front? Do you know? Let's take a look. Are they? No. Oh, yeah.
They're a disc?
Yeah.
Seriously?
They're fucking massive, too. They are huge. Yep, front discs. So I'd say discs
Discs and drums.
and
wheel
probably
cylinders.
calipers. Those are looking
Yeah.
pretty crusty. And probably the rubber line from the wheel.
Yeah, so there should be 3 lines, one to each front wheel and one rubber line going to the differential, and then it's steel lines to each wheel after that.
Yeah, like I said, I just want to. I don't want any issues once it hits the road.
Right.
So anything rubber.
We were just talking about how, there's just none of this stuff left. These people are buying classic cars, they're flipping them, they're making money, and it's tough to find
With
like,
no soul or attachment. to
or
it.
just, we used to go get a $500 car, and you could put a couple $100 in it, and
They go out and thrash it.
yeah, and have fun.
sir.
But there are no $500 cars left because everything is $20,000. And it makes it tough, man.
I think back on all the old cars I had, and just didn't give a shit, I mean, it's like, yeah, I'll go get another one.
And we did.
Go from a Mustang to a Cougar to
Now, you always been a Ford guy?
I had a Chevy truck once.
Okay. But sounds like so you've had Mustangs and,
Yep.
okay.
65. I
And-
regret getting rid of all these cars. Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
but where are you gonna put them?
The Buick. You remember the Buick Electra?
Yeah, 225. And the problem is you don't have much of a driveway, and the Buick 225 is the driveway.
That is a land yacht, a true land yacht.
Oh yeah.
That thing was cool. Get that thing up to 60 on the freeway.
Yeah. No connection to the road at all.
The steering ratio was just so loose, and everything was built for comfort for that. You don't want to feel anything.
Still no leaks.
The good news for all this is everything here was built when everything was built well
Yeah.
Yeah. And everything was meant to be rebuilt.
and meant to last.
Yeah.
It's before they got smart thinking, hey, if this thing lasts 50 years, we don't make any money.
Yeah, we got no.
Let's make it turn to shit after 10 years.
5.
5, yeah, I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Nothing lasts 10 years anymore.
Yep. It's a 60-month loan. So,
61 months.
yeah.
You're-
Yeah. All right, guys. So, if you like this kind of content, make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to be following up on this truck. We're going to see this thing drive out of its resting place, and you're going to see it here. Thanks, Scott.
You betcha.
Thanks, Dave.
You got it.
Okay, we've got a last-minute addition. The carburetor is coming off and going to a specialist that Dave knows who rebuilds these to perfection. So we're going to take that off and take it with us.
Carburetor, folks. You know what that is?
Right.
All right.